Hey, my pound cake lovers and friends. If we haven't met, I'm Ashley, or better known as Miss Whip It Like Butter. Okay, so today, y'all, I'm bringing y'all another mile high pound cake recipe just in time for the Christmas holiday. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all, and then we're gonna talk about the pan that you need. All right, baby, a mile high orange cranberry pound cake. I ain't know at first, but baby, I'm in love with that, with the sugar cranberries and stuff like that, and just having like a refreshing, different type of flavor for the holidays. All right, so you can't use a regular pan for this recipe. I always bring out my Maha recipes, but don't bring or show you the pan. Like, it's throughout the video, but for you to really see it from the beginning. So this is the Maha pound cake pan that I use. It truly is an angel food cake pan. It's linked to my store, so you can get it if you don't have one already. If you don't buy a pan like this, it's an 18 cup pan. You will need to use more than one pan because you'll have extra batter. Okay, so a standard pound cake pan is 10 cups or 12 cups. Some are even 8 cups, right? So you definitely need a larger pan for this monster right here. This is a big cake. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this recipe. So I'll show you how to make this cake. All right, let's go. All right, y'all. So we're starting out with our 4 sticks of room temperature salted butter, because salted butter just brings that flavor like no other. Okay, it took about 2 hours for it to come to room temperature in my home. 3 hours if out of the freezer. It varies from home to home. My home is on the warmer side, and I'm in Texas. It's gonna be different for your home. So I'll take my butter out with my eggs and my other ingredients so they can all come to room temperature at the same time. So we're slowly adding our sugar into the bowl until we have it all nice and combined. And we're going to mix for approximately 5 minutes or longer till it's nice, light, and fluffy, okay? Our oven is already preheated to 325 degrees, so it's ready to go after we finish the process with our cake. All right, so giving it a nice little mix right here. And then we're adding in our extract. So we added in quite a bit of extract for this recipe, but I was following along with the recipe I found for Old Country Kitchenware. Did not miss. Tablespoon and a half of orange extract and a tablespoon of vanilla. Kind of vanilla balanced out the orange flavor, so it was a good combination with the orange. All right, so we're adding in our eggs, 10 room temperature eggs. We're adding them in one at a time. We're only mixing until combined, and then we're immediately adding our next egg. So our batter turns about like this when we have all of our eggs incorporated. So I'm just bringing in the sides so we have get the batter all nice and even. I'm going to give that another mix before we go to our next step, okay? All right, real quick here, and I only mix it about a 1 or a 2 to give you an idea of speed. All right, so we're adding our flour. We're going to alternate our flour with our sour cream. You need full fat sour cream, y'all. None of that skinny stuff around here, okay? Sour cream should also be at room temperature. You want to give it a good mix before you start incorporating it into your batter, because it's been sitting on the counter, and like, we're going to call it condensation. The water, pulls a little bit with the sour cream, and we don't want that. So we're alternating with our sour cream, all right? And we're just going to go back and forth until we have all of it incorporated. Our flour is always last and first. All right, so here we're adding our last bit of flour. And here you can go ahead and drizzle in your orange juice. Don't be like me and forget. Y'all gonna see in a minute. Don't be like me and forget to add it here. Yeah, it needs to be added at that point. So we're prepping our cranberries. Y'all, didn't forget to flour my fruit this time, okay? Even though, this cake took a turn with my order and stuff like that, I always show y'all the real of what happened with my cake, and don't try to juju it up for y'all. All right, so fold your cranberries into the batter. I went ahead and added the residual flour that was used to flour the cranberries as well, and it was just fine. All right, so we're going to grab our 18-cup bundt pan and spray the hell out of it. This is the pan that you need for this recipe, as I mentioned in the beginning, because it fits the volume of batter for this cake. Now, you can use multiple loaf pans. You can use multiple other types of bundt pans if you like, especially if you want something with a design. But this is what I recommend for this volume of recipe. So here we go, where I'm remembering my orange juice. All right, then I had to take the batter out the pan because I couldn't just lay that with the orange juice on top. Whole mess. Had to respray the pan But baby, we made it. And I was hoping all the best for this cake. And I was glad it came out great with no gluten streaks. All right, so we lay our batter in our pan. Y'all know how I lay my batter in my pan, smoothing out the top. And then we're going to add the next layer of batter into our pan as well. Y'all, this cake takes quite a few steps. Definitely worth all the steps. All right, so smooth the top. We're going to tap this cake. We're going to bake this cake in the oven. My high pound cakes usually take an hour and a half. This cake took 2 hours, maybe a little more. If it's not getting done in an hour and a half, it's okay. Make sure you do your toothpick test. Test it. If it's still wet or whatever, let it bake. It's going to be okay. All right. This is a lot of pound cake batter, and it just may need more time. All right. Here we are. So next, we're going to, see I dropped my pan too. Having a day. Having a day. Bakers, it don't matter how long you've been baking. Sometimes it just happens. All right, so we're adding our sugar and our water mixture. So this is like room temperature tap water here, okay? We're bringing it to a boil. We're only mixing this the sugar dissolves. Once you no longer feel the grit under your spatula or whatever, stop. Now we're coming in with ice water for this part. Then we're adding in our cranberries, giving it a mix just to get it coated right. And then you want to drain your cranberries per se. You can use like a cooling rack if if it's tight enough, right? So your cranberries don't fall through. I just used a plate and I used a slotted spoon so I could, drain off the residual liquid from the cranberries. Do what you feel, all right? So I added the sugar a little bit at a time to my cranberries until I felt like it was a good point for coating for me. The recipe will include all my recommended measurements, but of course, use intuition when you're baking as well for areas where appropriate. And putting sugar on cranberries is perfectly going to be fine. It's not going to mess up anything. All right, so for preparing our icing right here, our glaze, we added orange extract. We're adding orange juice and powdered sugar. That's all you need. All right. So, them a little test to see how my glaze was at this point. I kind of think I should have left it at this consistency. I like a nice pour. So that's why I was like, I want a little like pour drip. But I think I could have pulled off on the orange juice a little bit. So it calls for, I believe, about 1/4 cup of orange juice for the glaze. All right. A little more may be needed, just depends on your liking. So 1/4 is base. You may add, another 1 or 2 tablespoons. Add your liquid a little bit at a time until you reach your consistency. If you add too much liquid for your glaze, put more powdered sugar until you get back to your consistency, okay? And then we're going to decorate the top with the sugared cranberries. And baby, we done. You're going to let that set and then you can slice it and you can serve it. All right. Love how this cake came out overall. It was really a lot of fun to make. I love how the sugared cranberries add like a really pretty pizzazz to this recipe. Perfect right for Christmas, but also nice for other times of the year when you just want to get a little fancy or you just want a cake with some fruit, right? All right. So here's our slice. And let's get into the taste test. Shall we? I think I will. And y'all know where I like to start. This cake is so super duper moist too, y'all. I've never baked with orange juice before, but citrus does something special to the pound cake batter. It just makes it more tender. And cranberry, that burst of flavor with that orange. I like my grandmother would say that orange. I don't know why she said it like that. Louisiana folks. Really moist, really flavorful. I was nervous about the amount of orange extract, but good. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Old Country Kitchenware. I took her recipe, did my own spin of it. That's where I got this recipe from. You definitely didn't miss. It's a delicious, delicious pound cake. Try it with the icing. It's a banger, y'all. AKA super delicious. So you know I want y'all to try this recipe. If you do, please let me know in the comments how you liked it. Don't be stingy. Make sure that you share, like, and subscribe, and come back and join me for more over here with the like butter. Bye.